What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be doing a top 10 facts and tips for beginners to know in Green Hell, because honestly when you start playing Green Hell it's one of the most difficult and confusing survival games that I've ever played, and I've heard a lot of other people say that it can be very difficult to start off with. So I thought I'd make this guide to kind of help beginners out and some really important tips that you need to know. You get leeches pretty often in Green Hell, and the easiest, the only way to remove them is just to go into the inspect mode, check your different limbs, and just remove them with whatever button prompt it gives you. Pretty easy. Sleep on the floor in Green Hell, you will get something called a worm under your skin, and you're going to need to remove this using something called a bone needle. So you can get bones from animal corpses that are rotting away on the floor, or you can just kill an animal and harvest it like I've done here. So if I go ahead and just sleep on the floor right now, if you just sleep on the floor without being in a shelter, you will almost definitely get one of these worms. So now that we're gonna just sleep on the floor quickly, if this clip hurries up. So as you can see, it says a worm -3 sanity in the corner. So what we need to do is just click on this expand option for the bone, click on harvest, and you should get 2 bone needles. Then you need to click on the inspect option, find the limb with the worm on it. It will be pretty disgusting and pretty obvious. There you go. And then open your backpack and insert the bone needle into the wound. And then all you're going to want to do is just bandage that up so it doesn't get infected. You can see by the icon in the bottom left that I'm currently dirty ×2, so you just need to go to any source of water, wash yourself however many times you need to till it goes away. You need to do this, otherwise your wounds will get infected. So in terms of tools in Green Hell, I'd say the best options is just when you kill tribesmen, just take their weapons and stuff like this obsidian blade here and the tribal bow I also have. You can also get tribal spears, so I just recommend using those, but if you don't have access to them, you will basically have to craft them from like sticks and stones and stuff like that. I'll show you the crafting recipes for some of the most useful ones in a minute, but they have very low durability, and every time you craft them, like again, it will give it more durability, if you see what I mean. Like every time you repeatedly craft them, the durability goes up. So there's the stone axe there, the normal axe, which is a lot better. I recommend just doing that. There's also the torch there. Just a stick and a rope for the torch, a long stick, a stone blade, and a rope for the stone spear. Stone blade's just 2 sticks, 2 stones even, and a bow is a long stick and a string. Stone pickaxe there for harvesting, God knows what, and bone armor, which is probably the best armor that you can repeatedly get again if it breaks. So for parasites, you need to eat these fruits. There's other stuff as well, but these are probably the most reliable. I couldn't find any in the wild, but here's what the plant actually looks like. So it won't show you when I eat it, but if you look when I hover over the fruit, it says effects of consumption, and it says -2 parasites per fruit. So if you just eat these, it will take away parasites, but when it's consumed, it doesn't say it, because right now I don't have any parasites. But yeah, that's probably the easiest way to get rid of parasites. And yeah, so that's pretty easy. Just find those around. They're pretty common. Some I just couldn't find them today. So if you end up eating the wrong thing in Green Hell, for example, whatever the hell I just ate, you'll get food poisoning, where it will just, I think, decrease your health and you'll vomit everywhere and stuff like that. So the best way to get rid of food poisoning is to eat these leaves. You just saw what I ate there. It's kind of a purpley green leaf. I couldn't show you the plant because I couldn't find any, but I did have some in my inventory. The reason it's still here is because from eating that thing, I had 4 food poisoning. That thing only does -2 per time you eat it, and I only had 1 of them, so I still have 2 food poisoning, but I definitely recommend stocking up on them. So for this video, I was really trying to get bitten by ants or stung by bees to get a rash. I took my arm off and everything. I just could not get the bites, but you can pretty easily tell what they look like. They have lots of little red dots along your arm. So basically what you're going to want to do, this is also a good way to deal with bees' nests, is by throwing a spear or shooting them with a bow. But what you're going to do when you get a rash is there's this plant, I'm not sure what it's called, but yeah, there it is. You need to combine that unknown herb with a just normal leaf bandage and you'll get lily dressing, and that is a good bandage for most things, but it instantly, like, I'm pretty sure just deletes those rash marks off you. And as you just saw then, rashes aren't the only injury in green hell. So for scratches and abrasions and stuff like that, if you don't bandage them or just go to sleep for a while, like basically a long time without bandaging them, they will get infected. I'll show you that now. So it will just go all manky and like yellow and disgusting. What you're gonna want to do for infected flesh is gonna get these maggots. You can get them from animal corpses or from harvesting, spoiled meat, that's it. And in a few minutes they're going to eat away at that infected flesh, and then once it's gone back to a normal wound that's not infected, you can just put a bandage over it and it should be cured. So sanity is another thing you have to worry about in green hell, and it can be changed by doing certain things. For example, eating insects like maggots, larvae, scorpion, spider, anything like that will decrease sanity. Same with eating raw meat or human meat, anything like that. And to increase sanity, you can eat something like honeycomb, cooked meat, as long as it's not cooked human meat. Have comfortable sleep in a shelter, or you can also be close to fire, stuff like that. So that all the stuff I just mentioned will take it up, and all the stuff like eating bad stuff and getting uncomfortable sleep will take down sanity. You can find camps of tribes people around the game in green hell. I'll try and talk a bit quieter here because this is what you're going to hear when you get close to them, so it's pretty obvious that you're near them. They can be very deadly and kill you, but you need to know how to deal with them in the right way, and I'll show you here. I usually like to use a bow and just snipe them from afar, but even if they get up close, I will just aim my bow at their head. Even if they're hitting me, they don't do too much damage, and the wounds they give you aren't that big of a deal, so I'd usually just use a bow or a spear to the head, and that can one-shot them. And this is one of the most important things to know in green hell, is that headshots with a bow kill pretty much anything. The reason it didn't kill the caiman here, I think, is because it's got a bit of a dodgy like head hitbox with the neck hitbox as well, because it's kind of difficult to tell, but eventually I did get in the head and it killed it in one shot, because I'm fairly sure I was shooting the neck before. Also, this is really useful for jaguars and pumas, because when they see you, as long as you don't turn your back on them, they will slowly walk towards you, as you can see here, and growl. So there's an audio cue for this as well. So when they're walking towards you, you can get an easy shot on their head and end up killing them without them doing too much damage to you. As a bonus tip, they also can't get you when you're, like, if you're across a lake or something, there's no path across it other than swimming. Predators and tribesmen can't get to you. So with that, that's going to be the end of this video. Hope you find these tips helpful. Learning this stuff certainly helped me at the beginning of green hell. So if you guys enjoyed, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.